pretty good condition. Tolex needs a bit of repair. Let's take this out of here and see what we can find. The Tolex certainly needs a little bit of healing, but that looks in pretty good condition, that cabinet. Structurally it's fine. But look at this. Doesn't look like anybody's ever been inside this one. Don't see anything that looks new at all in here. So I'll talk to the client, and of course we would recommend new caps throughout, probably including bias caps. I will put the meter on all of these just to see what's going on, but you know, you've got to pull one leg off the circuit half the time to get a good reading, and so by the time you start desoldering things, at this point it's probably not a silly idea to just simply go ahead and make it as functional as possible so that when it goes back to the client, he doesn't have any nasty surprises 6 months from now. This Bassman has a ground switch. The 3-prong cord was installed here, and somebody kept the death cap, which at first seems okay because you got the ground wire being grounded, so great. But we've got the live wire coming in on one side of the switch to here, and the return line on the other side of the switch. This is not good. I'm going to remove that death cap, and I'm going to take the hot straight over to the fuse. A quick look under the hood. Lovely row of original caps. They look like they've been melting a bit, and we've got a bit of oozing down here. We've got some oozing going on, some lumpy bubbles, some more here, so no surprise. I recommend they all be changed. Okay, so I've got the power caps in this Bassman. The resistors all tested very good, so I didn't touch them. These are 600 volt capacitors. I got them from Just Radios. They're in Canada, but the delivery was really fast here to Carpinteria. This is like Santa Barbara in California. Quicker than a lot of other suppliers, actually. It was just like, I think, 3 or 4 days. But anyway, 600 volt power capacitors are kind of hard to find. I would have put in the brand name expensive Atoms in here, but they were enormous. They were just never going to fit. They were, enormous. So these are the best I could find. They came for a good price, and they came quickly. So thank you, Just Radios. Now I'll replace these electrolytic caps. There's 2 in each one here. And also got these from Just Radios. Nice little Spragues, 25 UF, 50 volt. Okay, I've got all the electrolytics replaced. I haven't changed out any of the molded caps. I've changed out these screen resistors and the bias caps here. All of the resistors in this test really very, very good. So I sort of suspect maybe the amp just never got a lot of use. It's never been overheated or anything like that. So I'm just bringing up the voltage slowly, see if there's any noise coming out of any of this. These capacitors might be causing problems here. Okay, bring up the voltage. That's extremely bright, and that's in the bass channel. So it's giving me an extremely bright tone, which... Gotta love the buzz of all of this lighting. Or maybe that's something going on with the amp. I've got a lot of lighting going on here, and it does cause some hum, but this is a bit more hum coming out of the speaker than is normal, so I'm thinking these caps are noisy. Yeah, it's all on the treble pot here of the bass channel. Yeah, So that'd be that those caps there on that channel. Okay, let's try our presence here. Wow. Oh, that's a cool noise. That's coming off the presence control there. Giving me a high-pitched whistle. Let's see what's going on with our other channel. This is the normal channel. Much quieter. It's interesting that the bass channel would sound so trebly. Okay, so we're getting a lot more hum than normal, and definitely a problem with these caps and the bass channel. And so I'm going to recommend to the owner of this amp, he's more of a collector than a player. So I wanted to change out all the electrolytics and change out the bias caps here, and just make sure it was safe to fire it up, and then just see how it sounded. So now I can recommend to him that we change out all the molded caps. As a collector, he may want to leave it how it is, but probably he'll tell me to go ahead and do that. So now I can give him a definite confirmation that they're toast and need changing. I spoke to the owner of the Bassman, and he agreed, go ahead and trade out all these caps. So that's what we're gonna do. I got some here. I might have to order one or two. We'll see how it goes. So changing those caps made a big difference. We've got a little hiss coming in here, but nothing like what we had. So that seems to have solved the problems with this amp. There are a couple of interesting things to notice about this amp. It's a 6G6A, and the bass channel, I get a lot of buzz off the lighting in here, but you can hear that that's a very trebly channel. Especially when compared to the normal channel. We'll add a bit of presence here. So everything's working how it should. So there's a strange fixed treble tone stack in the bass side of these amps, and it can be monkeyed around with. A lot can be done to modify these amps to get them sounding how you want. The customer doesn't want that. It's just basically restore it to its original function. But one of the problems with this particular model is we've got the diode rectification in here, and I've got about 510 volts on the plate, volts DC on the plates of this, and they're 6L6GCs, and they're meant to be able to handle 500 volts, but 510 seems to be kind of high for me, and but you know, this was designed at a time when we weren't getting 120 volts or more on our AC line coming into the home or wherever it is, the club you're playing in. So that's a little concerning, but this is how the amp was designed. So we're all squared away here. I'll let the customer know of the situation, and it is what it is. So the lesson to take away from this, I guess, is that there are Bassmans and then there are Bassmans. There's a variety of them, and you want to probably, if you're thinking of getting one, check which version you're getting. My personal preference is for a tube rectification, because then you can change out rectifiers sometimes without too much trouble and bring your voltage up or down, as the case may be. But thank you for watching, and Sanders Amps wishes you a wonderful day in the land of music. Bye for now.